Welcome. This is quiet space. There is nothing you need to do here. Not in a rush. Not with force. Just a quiet, continuous rhythm against the glass. Outside, lights blur and soften behind the falling water. Edges disappear. Details fade. Inside, the room remains warm and still, unaffected by the cool dampness beyond the walls. There is nowhere you need to be, no conversation waiting, no decision pressing at the edges of your thoughts. Only the steady sound of rain and the gentle sense of being held within it, quietly, slowly. The rain does not change its pace. It continues in the same gentle pattern, each drop arriving in its own time, touching the glass and sliding downward. Nothing hurried, nothing abrupt. The sound becomes less like separate drops and more like a single, soft presence, a steady curtain of water. Beyond the window, the world feels distant now. Streets glisten faintly beneath streetlights. Cars pass somewhere far away, their movement muted by the rain. Inside, the air remains calm. The room holds its warmth. The walls remain steady, the floor unmoving beneath you. Your breathing begins to settle into the same rhythm outside. Inhale, unforced. Exhale, longer than before. There is no need to deepen it, no need to control it. It simply follows the atmosphere of the room. The rain continues. Your shoulders rest a little more fully, not by instruction, not by effort, just by the quiet permission of the moment. If a thought drifts through, it feels softer now, less sharp at the edges, less urgent. It appears and dissolves into the steady sound against the window. Another breath, another slow exhale. The sound outside creates a boundary, a gentle barrier between you and everything else. Nothing from beyond the walls reaches inside with force. Everything is filtered, softened, reduced to quiet movement. Your hands remain still. Your jaw loosens slightly. The muscles around your eyes ease, as if they no longer need to hold the day in place. The room grows quieter in a different way, not because the rain has stopped, but because your mind no longer searches for anything within it. It simply listens. And the more it listens, the less it needs to think. The rhythm outside becomes familiar, predictable, steady. There is comfort in repetition, comfort in knowing the next drop will come, and the next, and the next, without surprise. Your breathing continues in the same calm cycle. Inhale, exhale, The pause between breaths widens slightly, not empty, just open. The sound of water tracing slow paths down the glass becomes almost soothing enough to blend into the background of awareness, not demanding attention, not asking to be followed, just present. Your body feels a little heavier now, not weighed down, but supported more completely. The chair beneath you remains solid. The room remains unchanged. Outside, the rain falls with the same quiet persistence. Inside, everything softens, bit by bit, until even the idea of staying alert feels unnecessary, and the steady rhythm of rain begins to carry you, gently, deeper into quiet. The rain remains steady, not louder, not softer, just consistent. Somewhere beyond the window, water gathers along rooftops and flows downward in quiet streams. You don't need to see it. The sound is enough. It creates a sense of distance between you and everything that might have felt important earlier. What once seemed urgent now feels slightly removed, less immediate, less pressing. The room continues holding its warmth, air unmoving, walls steady. The light inside feels softer than it did before, not dimmer in any dramatic way, just gentler, as if the rain outside has filtered even the glow of the room. Breathing stays calm, not deep, not shallow, just steady. Each inhale arrives quietly. Each exhale leaves without effort. There is nothing to improve about it, nothing to measure. The rain continues in the background like a patient companion. It does not change its mind. It does not hurry forward. It simply remains. And in that steadiness, your thoughts begin to space themselves farther apart. They do not disappear. They just move more slowly, arriving with less intensity, leaving without resistance. A small shift of your shoulders, barely noticeable, your neck settling, your jaw resting without tension, the muscles around your eyes easing further. There is no need to focus on anything specific. The rain provides enough presence on its own. It fills the empty spaces that once invited overthinking. Outside, water touches pavement in the same repeating rhythm. Inside, stillness grows. Not dramatic, not sudden, just gradual, like the way evening slowly becomes night. You are not required to participate in anything right now. The world beyond these walls continues moving in its own direction. But here, the only movement is the quiet pattern against the window. Another breath, unforced. Another exhale, longer than the last. There is comfort in knowing the sound will continue. No surprises, no abrupt changes, just rain and the space it creates around you. Your body feels supported without effort. Your thoughts no longer feel like something to manage. They pass through the steady sound as if carried by it. The rhythm outside begins to feel almost internal now, less like something you hear and more like something you simply rest within. Even the idea of staying alert begins to loosen. There is no threat here, no demand, only the patient fall of rain and the quiet room holding you in place, softly, without urgency, without expectation, allowing everything to settle, bit by bit, into a deeper stillness. The rhythm outside no longer feels separate from you. It has become part of the atmosphere of the room, part of the quiet space you now rest within. Breathing remains steady. There is no effort in it, no need to adjust it. It moves on its own, slowly, evenly. Your shoulders feel slightly heavier than before. Not tired, not tense, just more willing to settle. The small muscles along your neck begin to soften. Your head rests more fully in its natural position. Hands remain still, fingers no longer searching for movement. The sound of rain blends into the background of awareness, no longer something you actively listen to, just something that holds the space. Thoughts appear less frequently now. When one does arise, it feels slower, less sharp, less defined. It does not demand resolution. It simply drifts through the steady field of sound and fades. Another breath arrives, unhurried. Another slow exhale leaves. The pause between them widens, not empty, just open. Your body seems to understand that nothing more is required tonight. No vigilance, no preparation. The walls remain still. The room remains warm. The rain continues beyond the glass, but it no longer feels external. It feels like part of the environment you rest inside. The weight of your body distributes evenly, back supported, shoulders released, jaw loose, eyes resting behind closed lids without strain. The mind no longer reaches outward. It no longer scans for something to fix. It begins to rest where it is. The rain offers repetition without change, and repetition brings safety. There is comfort in knowing that the next drop will arrive, and the next, without surprise. This predictability allows something deeper to let go, not dramatically, not all at once, just gradually. The space between thoughts grows wider. The need to follow them grows smaller. Breathing continues in its quiet cycle. Inhale, exhale. The body feels a little heavier again. A subtle sinking sensation into the chair, into the bed, into the stillness of the room. Nothing pulls you forward. Nothing pushes from behind. Only the steady sound and the quiet support beneath you. Even the awareness of listening begins to soften. You are no longer observing the rain. You are simply resting within it. And as the rhythm continues, your body settles further. Not into sleep yet, but into a deeper, calmer state of ease, where even effort feels unnecessary, and stillness becomes the most natural place to remain. Quietly, unhurried, without the need to move. The rain remains steady, but it no longer feels like something happening outside. It feels woven into the quiet of the room, woven into the space around you. Breathing continues at the same unforced pace. There is no need to deepen it, no need to control its rhythm. It has already found its own balance. The body rests more fully now, shoulders no longer holding anything in place, neck supported without effort. The muscles across your back settle into stillness. Even the smallest adjustments become unnecessary. There is comfort in not moving, in not responding, in allowing the sound outside to carry the background of awareness. Thoughts still appear, but they arrive without urgency. They feel lighter, less convincing, less important. They pass through the steady field of rain without leaving much behind. The mind begins to understand that nothing is required. No preparation for tomorrow, no revisiting of today. The room feels slightly deeper now, not darker, not quieter, just deeper, as if the space itself has grown softer around you. Another breath, slow, even, unforced. The pause between inhale and exhale stretches gently, not held, not forced, simply present. The sound of water tracing its way down the window continues in the same patient rhythm. It does not vary. It does not demand attention. It simply remains. And in that sameness, the body finds reassurance. The nervous system loosens its grip. No scanning, no listening for something unexpected. Just the quiet pattern, steady, predictable. The weight beneath you feels more supportive, as if gravity itself has softened. Hands remain still, fingers relaxed, eyes resting without effort behind closed lids. There is nothing to fix, nothing to improve, nothing waiting just beyond the edge of this moment. Only the quiet interior of the room and the rain falling without hurry. The boundary between inside and outside feels less defined now. The sound has become part of the atmosphere you rest within. Breathing continues, slowly, evenly, without direction. The mind drifts further from analysis, further from language, closer to sensation, closer to quiet. The body no longer anticipates movement. It rests in place, comfortable in stillness. The rain offers the same gentle repetition, again and again, each drop arriving without surprise, each moment following the last without change. And in that steady continuity, awareness begins to thin, becoming lighter, less structured, less defined, as if the edges of thought are dissolving into the soft rhythm beyond the glass. And the space you rest within grows calmer still, settling deeper into quiet. The rhythm outside continues without interruption. It no longer needs your attention. It simply exists. Your breathing remains slow, not deliberately slow, just naturally unhurried. Inhale, exhale. The space between them feels wider now. There is no impulse to fill it. The body rests more completely in its own weight. The surface beneath you feels steady and reliable. There is nothing to adjust, nothing to reposition. Stillness becomes comfortable. The rain does not change its pattern. It repeats and repeats and repeats. The predictability allows your mind to release its last small efforts of control. Even the habit of monitoring begins to fade. Awareness grows softer around the edges, not disappearing, just loosening. A thought may appear. It feels distant, almost quiet before it even forms. It lingers briefly, then dissolves into the steady background of sound. Breathing continues, unnoticed for a few moments, until you become gently aware of it again. Inhale, exhale. The pause feels calm. Your shoulders sink a fraction deeper. The muscles across your face remain at rest. There is no tension in your brow, no tightness along your jaw. The room holds the same gentle warmth. Nothing shifts, nothing demands. The rain remains patient beyond the glass, each drop arriving with the same quiet certainty as the last. Time begins to feel less structured, less divided. Moments do not feel separate from one another. They blend, like water tracing continuous paths across the window. Your awareness drifts slightly inward, not focused, not searching, just resting. The sound of rain feels softer now, not because it has changed, but because your attention no longer clings to it. It becomes part of the atmosphere, part of the quiet that surrounds you. Breathing remains even. There is no urgency anywhere in this space, no expectation, no need for progress. The body grows heavier, comfortably, supported fully, as if the room itself were holding you in place. The boundary between thought and sensation becomes less distinct. The mind no longer forms complete sentences. It drifts in fragments, then in impressions, then in something quieter still. The rhythm outside continues its steady descent. Water meeting glass, glass meeting darkness, darkness holding the night in place. Inside, the same calm continues, unmoved, unchanged. Your breathing slows again, almost imperceptibly. Another soft exhale, another quiet pause. And in that pause, awareness softens further, not falling, not forcing sleep, just settling gently into deeper quiet, without effort, without resistance, without the need to move. The rain continues, not louder, not softer, simply present. Your breathing remains unforced. Inhale, exhale. There is less distance between the sound outside and the stillness inside. They feel almost continuous. Your body rests deeper into its own weight. No part of you is holding anything upright. Shoulders remain settled, arms quiet, hands still. The room does not change. It does not need to. The rhythm beyond the window repeats with the same gentle certainty, again and again and again. Your awareness drifts without direction. It no longer looks for the next thought. It no longer follows the previous one. It simply rests. The rain does not demand interpretation. It does not require attention. It moves without effort, and you remain still within it. Breathing slows in its own time. The pause between breaths widens slightly. Not empty, just open. Your jaw remains loose. The muscles around your eyes rest naturally. There is no tension to release. It is already softened. The body understands that nothing more is expected. No decision is waiting. No action is required. The room feels steady, the sound steady, the breath steady, and the repetition brings reassurance. Time feels less defined now. Moments blend into one another. The rain continues its quiet descent along the glass, each drop arriving without surprise, each movement predictable. Your awareness thins further. Thoughts do not complete themselves. They fade before they fully form. Breathing continues, unnoticed for longer stretches, until gently recognized again. Inhale, exhale. Even the act of listening grows softer. The rain becomes less of a sound and more of an atmosphere. You are not following it. You are resting within it. The boundary between outside and inside becomes faint. The world beyond the walls feels distant, contained. The body feels heavier still. not sinking, just settled, supported fully by the surface beneath you. There is no need to adjust, no need to respond. The steady rhythm outside continues without interruption. Your mind grows quieter in response, not because it must, but because nothing pulls it forward. The space between thoughts expands. The urge to organize them fades. The room remains unchanged. The breath remains calm. The rain remains patient. And you remain still, resting without effort, without anticipation, without resistance. Awareness softens once more, slightly, gradually, into a deeper layer of quiet, where movement feels unnecessary, and even the idea of time seems to loosen, drifting gently, without direction, without urgency, into stillness. The rain remains, unchanged, steady against the glass. There is nothing new in the sound, and that sameness feels reassuring. Your breathing continues without guidance. Inhale, exhale. The pause after each breath grows slightly longer, not forced, not held, simply present. The body rests deeper now, shoulders heavy, neck supported, hands unmoving. There is no impulse to shift position, no discomfort asking to be answered. The room feels settled, as if it has grown used to the quiet. The rain does not vary its rhythm. It falls with the same patient repetition, each drop arriving as expected. No surprise, no interruption. Your thoughts no longer attempt to form full sentences. They drift in fragments, then in impressions, then in something softer than language. Breathing remains even. The chest rises gently, falls slowly. The pause between breaths widens again, not empty, just calm. The sound outside feels further away now, less defined, less separate. It blends into the stillness around you. Your awareness narrows, not in tension, but in simplicity. There is less to notice, less to track, less to hold. The rain continues its quiet descent. Your body remains supported. The surface beneath you feels steady, reliable. There is no urgency anywhere in this moment, no expectation, no requirement to stay alert. The mind grows quieter without effort. Thoughts appear faintly, then fade before completing themselves. The rain repeats, again and again and again. The repetition creates a sense of safety, predictable, stable. The body sinks slightly further into rest. The muscles around your eyes soften again, jaw loose, forehead smooth, breathing steady. The pause after exhale becomes more comfortable, There is no rush to inhale again. The room remains unchanged. The sound remains constant. Your awareness thins gently, less structured, less defined. You are not following the rain. You are resting inside the atmosphere it creates. The boundary between listening and simply being begins to blur. The sound is no longer something separate. It is part of the quiet space you occupy. Breathing continues, slowly, evenly. The body feels heavier, comfortably settled, as if gravity itself has softened. Nothing moves quickly. Nothing demands attention. Only the steady pattern outside and the calm that grows within it. Your awareness drifts again, without direction, without intention, not seeking sleep, not resisting it, simply resting within the same gentle rhythm as the rain continues, softly, patiently, without change. The rain continues, steady, unchanged. There is comfort in that sameness. Nothing shifts, nothing accelerates. Your breathing remains slow. Inhale, exhale. The pause between them feels natural now, unforced, unmeasured. Your body rests completely in its own weight. There is no part of you that feels the need to move. Shoulders remain still, arms relaxed, hands quiet. The room holds the same gentle warmth. Outside, the rain repeats its soft pattern, drop after drop. The sound no longer draws attention. It simply exists. Your awareness feels lighter, less defined. Thoughts appear rarely now, and when they do, they feel faint, unimportant. They dissolve before they form. Breathing continues, steady, even. There is no need to deepen it, no need to control it. The repetition outside creates a boundary, a soft separation between you and everything else. Nothing reaches in, nothing interrupts. The rain falls. The room remains still. The body grows heavier, comfortably supported. The surface beneath you feels steady, reliable. Your jaw rests naturally. The muscles around your eyes remain soft. There is no effort in holding them closed. The space between thoughts grows wider, longer, calmer. Time feels less structured. Moments blend into one another. There is no need to keep track of them. The rain repeats, again and again, each drop arriving with the same quiet certainty, predictable, stable. Your breathing slows slightly, almost imperceptibly. The pause after exhale lingers just a little longer, not forced, just natural. Your awareness drifts without direction, not focused, not searching. The sound outside becomes part of the atmosphere you rest within, no longer something to notice, just something that surrounds. The body remains heavy, supported, still. The room remains unchanged. The rain remains steady. Nothing asks anything of you. There is nowhere else to be, no task waiting, only the quiet repetition outside and the calm that continues to deepen within it. Breathing remains even. Inhale, exhale. The pause widens again, soft, open. The sound of rain feels distant now, less distinct, more like a steady presence than individual drops. Your awareness thins further, less structured, less active, settling quietly, without effort, without urgency, into a deeper layer of stillness, where movement feels unnecessary and rest feels natural. The rain continues, steady, unchanged. Your breathing remains slow. Inhale, exhale. The pause between them feels wider now, comfortable. There is no effort in holding this stillness. The body rests without adjustment, no shifting, no small movements. Everything feels settled. The sound outside repeats with the same quiet rhythm, again and again and again. Nothing interrupts it. Nothing disturbs it. Your awareness feels softer, less active. Thoughts appear less often. When they do, they pass through without weight. Breathing continues, slow, even. The room remains unchanged, the warmth steady, the air still, the rain steady. The repetition feels reassuring, predictable, stable. The body feels heavier, comfortably supported. No need to move, no need to respond. The sound outside becomes almost distant, more like a presence than a pattern. Breathing slows again, almost imperceptibly. Inhale, exhale. The pause lingers gently. Nothing fills it. Nothing needs to. Your awareness thins further, less structured, less defined. The room holds its quiet. The rain holds its rhythm. The body remains still. The mind grows quieter, not forced, not controlled, just naturally softening. The repetition outside continues, drop after drop, unchanged, reliable, safe. Your breathing remains steady. The pause widens again, soft, open. There is nothing to think through, nothing to organize, nothing to prepare. Only the steady sound and the quiet space it creates. The body feels heavy, supported, at ease. The rain remains patient, unrushed, unvarying. Awareness drifts again, without direction, without urgency. The rhythm outside feels constant. The stillness inside grows deeper. Breathing continues, slow, even. The pause between breaths expands. Not empty, just calm. The room remains the same. The sound remains steady. The body rests. The mind softens. Everything moves at the same quiet pace. Nothing changes. Nothing needs to. Only the steady fall of rain and the gentle quiet that continues to deepen. Slowly, softly, without effort, into stillness. The rain continues, steady, unchanged. Your breathing remains slow. Inhale, exhale. The pause between them feels natural. There is no need to move, no need to adjust. The body rests, heavy, supported, still. The sound outside repeats with the same gentle rhythm, again and again and again. Nothing interrupts it. Nothing shifts. Your awareness feels light, soft, unfocused. Thoughts appear rarely now, and when they do, they dissolve quickly. Breathing continues, slow, even. The room remains the same, warm, quiet, unmoving. The rain continues its steady pattern, predictable, reliable, safe. Your shoulders remain relaxed, hands quiet, jaw loose. The pause after each exhale widens slightly. Not empty, just calm. The sound outside blends into the stillness around you. No longer something separate, just part of the atmosphere. Breathing remains steady. Inhale, exhale. The pause lingers. Nothing fills it. Nothing needs to. The body feels heavy, comfortably settled, supported by the surface beneath you. There is no effort anywhere, no urgency. The rain continues, soft, patient, unchanging. Your awareness drifts without direction, not focused, not searching, just resting. The repetition outside feels reassuring. The same sound, the same rhythm, the same steady pattern, again and again and again. Breathing remains even, slow, natural. The pause widens once more, soft, open. The room holds its quiet. The rain holds its rhythm. The body remains still. The mind remains calm. Nothing new arrives. Nothing needs to. Only the steady fall of rain and the quiet that surrounds you, settling softly, without effort, into deeper stillness, where rest feels natural and nothing asks to be changed. The rain continues, soft, unchanging. Your breathing remains slow. Inhale, exhale. The pause between them feels open. Nothing fills it. Nothing needs to. The body rests without effort. Heavy, still, supported completely. The sound outside repeats with the same quiet rhythm. Again and again and again. No variation, no interruption. The room remains unchanged, warm, calm, quiet. Your awareness feels thin now, less defined, less active. Thoughts appear faintly, then fade. Breathing continues, slow, even, natural. The pause widens gently, not forced, just present. The rain blends into the background, no longer something you follow, just something that remains. The body feels settled, fully supported. There is no tension in your shoulders, no movement in your hands, no effort in your jaw. The sound outside continues, predictable, reliable, safe. Your breathing remains steady. Inhale, exhale. The pause lingers softly. Time feels less distinct. Moments no longer separate themselves clearly. They merge, like water tracing slow paths down the glass. Nothing changes. Nothing shifts. The rain continues. The room remains still. The body rests. The mind softens. There is no urgency anywhere in this space. No expectation. No demand. Only the same gentle repetition. The same quiet rhythm. Again and again and again. Breathing slows slightly, almost imperceptibly. The pause widens, soft, open. The sound outside remains steady. Your awareness drifts further, not seeking sleep, not resisting it, just resting, settled within the same quiet pattern. The body remains heavy, comfortably still. The rain continues, unchanged, soft, patient. The room holds its calm. Breathing remains slow, even. The pause after each exhale feels natural. Nothing needs to happen next. Nothing needs to change. Only the steady fall of rain and the quiet space it creates, surrounding you, softly, without effort, without urgency, without direction, resting quietly within the same gentle rhythm. There is no clear beginning to this moment anymore, only a steady sense of quiet settling gently around you. Breathing remains slow, unnoticed for long stretches, until it softly returns to awareness. Inhale. Exhale. The pause feels open, nothing pressing into it, nothing waiting on the other side. Your body rests fully in its own weight. No part of you feels the need to shift. No small correction. No adjustment. Just stillness. Supported. Steady. The sound outside has become part of the atmosphere. Not something separate. Not something to follow. Just a constant presence in the background of the night. Your thoughts move more slowly now. Less defined. Less complete. Some fade before they fully form. Others drift without direction. There is no need to gather them. No need to organize them. The body remains heavy, comfortable in its stillness. Shoulders soft, jaw relaxed, eyes resting without effort. Breathing continues, quietly, naturally, without guidance. Time feels less structured. Moments blend into one another. There is no clear boundary between one breath and the next. No sharp division between listening and simply being. The space around you feels calm, undisturbed. The steady pattern beyond the window remains unchanged, reliable, predictable, safe. Your awareness grows softer still, less focused, less alert, settling into something quieter than thought. The pause after each exhale lingers, just a little longer, before the next inhale arrives on its own. Nothing feels urgent. Nothing feels incomplete. The body remains supported. The mind remains quiet. There is no effort in staying here. No effort in letting go. Only the steady atmosphere of the room and the gentle rhythm that surrounds it. Awareness thins softly, gradually, like mist settling across still water. There is no need to follow anything further, no need to arrive anywhere. Just this quiet presence, this steady breath, this soft repetition in the distance, holding the space around you. The body remains heavy, calm, still. Breathing continues, slow, even, unforced, and the gentle quiet remains, unchanged, unhurried, resting with you, softly, without expectation, without direction, without the need to move, settling deeper into quiet.